Chip Heath, Making Numbers Count, How to Translate Data into Stories That Stick. In Making Numbers Count, Chip Heath and Carla Starr demystify the world of numbers by discussing the limitations of the human brain in comprehending large or complex numerical data. This book acknowledges that most people struggle to understand and contextualize numerical information, and offers engaging solutions that transform complex data into relatable, digestible narratives. The authors provide an array of techniques, analogies, and comparisons for translating numbers into insightful stories that can be remembered and utilized effectively. By using these methods, readers can improve their decision-making abilities, as well as their understanding and communication of numbers in various contexts.
Numbers Made Simple. Stanford Business School professor Chip Heath and Carla Starr's book highlights our innate inability to understand numbers. However, the authors revealed that through analogies, comparisons, and conversions, anyone can understand numeric information quickly. With lots of fun and practical examples, their book offers sound principles that will improve readers' ability to understand and convey numeric data in today's increasingly number-based world. Number Savvy. The book highlights how the human brain can recognize up to 5 objects without counting them, but struggles to perceive larger numbers. The authors propose techniques to improve numerical understanding and decision-making skills. They argue that every complex number can be translated into something easily remembered, used, and discussed. The power of convincing comparisons. Translating complex numbers into relatable scenarios strengthens people's memory retention. The most persuasive way of conveying numbers is by crafting messages that render them unnecessary. A prime example is the comparison between white job applicants with a felony conviction and black job applicants without one in the U.S., which highlights racial inequality with more impact than statistics would. Simplify large numbers. The size of large numbers can be overwhelming and difficult to comprehend. Instead of using figures, it is better to convert them into relatable examples. For instance, 1 million seconds is equal to 12 days while 1 billion seconds is equal to 32 years. By simplifying large numbers, information can be communicated more effectively and accurately. The power of simple numbers. Uncomplicated numbers are more memorable, as opposed to complex and unfriendly numbers such as fractions or lengthy decimals. In practice, customers at A&W mistakenly thought the 1/3 pound burger was smaller in comparison to McDonald's 1/4 pounder. It's advisable to use concrete numbers while avoiding rounding off complex numbers to create a lasting impression. Symbolizing social distancing. Nations worldwide have been using various objects as symbols to represent COVID-19 social distancing guidelines. Canada has opted for a hockey stick, France has selected 2 baguettes, and California has decided on a surfboard. The importance of clear communication is highlighted by doctors, who use common fruit names to describe tumor sizes rather than technical terms. This approach ensures that people can understand numbers more readily, rather than simply reading them. The book emphasizes the significance of speaking directly and communicating effectively to ensure that important information is conveyed accurately and easily. Making numbers tangible. Heath and Starr's book recommends making numbers more tangible by comparing them to relatable real-life examples. For instance, a Pringle potato chip contains 10 calories, which is as many calories as you burn walking the length of 2 football fields. To make enormous or microscopic things more comprehensible, they recommend using a human scale. For instance, if you were the height of a pencil eraser, Mount Everest would be as tall as a 7.5-story building. Superlatives also help convey scale, like the Nile being the world's longest river or the Amazon having more water than the next 11 biggest rivers combined. Heath and Starr also suggest using category jumpers to appeal to emotions, such as pointing out that California would be the world's 5th largest economy if it were a nation, or that cows collectively produce more greenhouse gases than most countries. By conveying numbers through relatable examples, we can bridge the gap between abstract figures and our understanding of them. Making data personal. Personalizing data increases comprehension and retention, according to Heath and Starr. Law school professors use the example of a 33% dropout rate to make statistics more impactful. All data is more engaging when individuals can visualize themselves applying it. For example, a simple clapping exercise can demonstrate the difference between the top Olympic runner and one placing 8th. By enlisting emotions and personalization, data becomes more memorable and actionable. Navigating complex concepts. The book advises using landmarks such as time and numbers to guide your audience in understanding complex concepts. For instance, a patient was better able to comprehend her platelet count when informed that normal ranges are between 150,000 to 450,000 per microliter of blood. Using time as a landmark, the history of the universe can be condensed to a day, providing perspective on when events occurred. The authors Heath and Starr suggest that providing landmarks is a useful tool in helping people understand complicated information. Numbers Uncomplicated. Heath and Carla Starr's book is a relatable guide to making sense of numbers. The authors steer clear of jargon and use examples, humor, and short sentences to explain complex concepts in a fun and engaging way. They acknowledge the common struggle of understanding numbers and aim to simplify this process for their readers. Although the book may have some padding to achieve its length, the author's clarity and lack of condescension make it a worthwhile read.
Throughout Making Numbers Count, Chip Heath and Carla Starr equip readers with valuable tools and techniques to comprehend and communicate complex numerical information more effectively. By translating numbers into tangible analogies, comparisons, and other relatable dimensions, the authors empower readers to tackle the challenges of an increasingly data-driven world. They advocate for simplicity, clarity, and emotional resonance when presenting numerical data, so that it becomes not only accessible but also memorable for a broader audience. Ultimately, this book provides crucial insights for anyone seeking to enhance their numerical literacy and to make numbers count in day-to-day decision-making and communication.